I'm on a spiritual path, and I am on a path of self-knowledge, self-discovery, self-help, and help of others. And once you are on a path for a while, you kind of like, for a few years, you start to think that, oh, I know this, and I know this, and I know that, and I know this. And then you read the books, you watch the videos, you listen to the podcast, and you find all the things out there that are of the interest for you. And at some point, you kind of start to consider yourself quite well rounded in the field of spirituality and self-knowledge. And what I have recently discovered about myself was the need that I had for the knowledge, for finding out new things and learning new things, and then knowing about that therapy and knowing about that therapy, knowing about this methodology and the other methodology, was not only to do with the curiosity and the expansion and wanting to learn more. In a way, it was also a tool for control to make sure that I know everything is there to know in this spiritual field, so that I'm not blindsided, so that I have all the knowledge and the tools and techniques. So if I need something and I don't feel good, I can then get whatever the tool I need from my tools bag and use it. And I'm working with a therapist at the moment also on my own issues, which is first time in quite a few years. And the themes that I was coming across, the themes that were still unintegrated and unresolved, were a lot to do with my childhood, with my mom's wounds, with my identity, with enmeshment trauma. And so when going through that, I actually created another mini crisis in my life that has happened a couple of weeks ago. And one thing that came out of there was my need to control things and my need to know what's gonna happen and my need to be responsible for everything, or inherent feeling of being responsible for everything, and lack of trust and lack of surrender and lack of going with the flow. I wanted to mention these things and kind of talk about these things because I think sometimes we are highly unconscious about the level of the control that we need to have in our lives to feel safe. And I think the tiredness that we feel in our lives, the tiredness that I feel in my life, the lack of feeling that, for example, there are days where I feel like I'm completely inundated and overwhelmed with the number of things that I need to do, is created by this inner pressure to have to take care of everything. And when you think about it, do we really need to take care of everything? Do we really need to kind of make sure that all of these things are done? Or something's gonna happen? And I think sometimes stopping ourselves from doing these things that we feel we have to do and not doing them allows us to understand that actually, if we're not gonna do these things, the world is not gonna stop spinning. Like yesterday example that I have is putting washing machine laundry into tumble dryer in the evening. I didn't do that, and then I had to force myself to go to sleep without doing that, so that I would test how I would feel when I haven't done that. So the lack of surrender is the thing that I wanted to draw your attention to.